Okay, folks, why you should be watching the Stanley Cup playoff finals. First of all, hockey in general is a great sport to watch on television, especially with the advent of the HD TV, because the shape of the HD TV really works well with a hockey rink. If you've never been to a live hockey game in person, either NHL or AHL or even a college group or whatever, it's really fun. um, and I think hockey is one of the sports that you can most go to live at one point in your life and then kind of re-simulate that experience from the comfort of your own home. So if you've never been to a live hockey game, I would suggest it. Watching at home, you can the slicing of the ice, I think, is one of the aspects of hockey that's underappreciated. You don't go to a basketball game and their sneakers squeak and so forth, but they're not actually, I mean, maybe the occasional scrape of the hardwood, but they're not actually, there's not a dynamic of the field of play getting, beaten on, okay? Which affects the later periods of a hockey game. Speaking of which, hockey, I think, is interesting because you have this three-period system, three 20-minute periods. I think it's usually an 18-minute intermission in between periods. It gives a nice flow to the game. It's very unique. Three periods instead of a half or a four-quarter system. Also, many people don't realize that the NBA, National Basketball Association game, if you ask most people how long is an NBA game, they'd probably just say an hour off the top of their head. But true sports people would know it's only 48 minutes. Each quarter in an NBA game is only 12 minutes. I believe in the college basketball world, it's only 10 minutes. So you're really not getting your hour's worth of game time. And it's always astounded me that people don't give the hockey players more credit. They're hitting hard, they're on skates, for Christ's sakes, and they're bouncing around for a whole hour. Also, when you have players coming on and off the field in hockey, they do so in the middle of the action. So you don't slow down the game with all these timeouts and players coming and going. The players play both offense and defense. Of course, the positions are forwards and defensemen and so forth, similar to hockey. But players that's when they line up against the boards and they come off and so forth. I think that's kind of a unique thing that's exciting. Also, the hockey players, yes, they make a good salary, but these guys, they're not really prima donnas for the most part. They're hardworking stiffs. They get punched in the face for a living. They have this puck flying at them. They're not these arrogant assholes like other sports. If you pay attention, there's not as many crimes. Hockey players don't commit as many crimes for the most part. If you look up the statistics, okay, that's just a fact. Okay. What else? I mean, I just think the national anthems are always fun because you get the "Oh Canada," and you don't have some token celebrity that doesn't care about the sport singing the national anthems for the most part. You just have the same old schmuck from the arena all the time. That's nice. What else? I mean, you get to see Mark Messier, my brethren there speaking. He's a commentator now. Messier actually won two NHL Stanley Cups without Gretzky. Gretzky never won a goddamn thing without Messier. That's a fucking fact for all the hockey fans. Also, I do like in the hockey playoffs in general, there's not like an extra wait period. Now, there is a little bit of a wait period here before we begin the Stanley Cup, but for the most part, they play every other night. In fact, in this last round, there was a stretch of, I think, of 8 or 9 nights when there was hockey on TV every night of the week. I'm not going to sit there and watch the regular season, but I will watch a lot of the playoffs. Playoffs? What else? What else is so good about hockey? It's a fast moving sport. Also, I like the scoring of hockey. The NFL with the 2 point extra point, the run and that option and the field goal and all these things. But I think with hockey, it's just a very basic thing. It's a goal. It's 1 point. A goal is equal to a point. You either get it or you don't. The other thing that's nice about hockey is overtime. In the playoffs, especially, you can look up the Easter Epic, okay? But basically, it's you just play till sudden death. And it's a real death, too, because when you see a team that loses a game of overtime hockey, they're so dejected. And then they have to shake the hand. That's always good, too. Like the handshaking at the end of a series when the defeated Warriors have to go onto the battlefield one last time to shake their hand of the conqueror. It's very majestic in a way. So I'm just telling you, folks, hockey is really, it's really an underappreciated sport in some ways. The people that like it really like it. A lot of people don't take the time to comprehend it. Uh, and trying to get a non-hockey fan to give hockey a chance is what I'm doing here, but it's proven futile in the past for me. I mean, I've had people in my life say that hockey has no technique. That's obviously incorrect. There's plenty of goddamn technique in hockey. I mean, just the way that they have to shoot the puck and try to get it over the goalie's shoulder or through his pads or whatever the fuck. These goalies are getting bigger and bigger. Now they have these 6'5" goalies. I'm going with Las Vegas, the Golden Knights, to win the whole cup this year. Don't ask me why. Well, you asked me why, because I have money on it, okay? So we'll see, folks. But that's it. Your buddy Mike Messier saying, do yourself a goddamn favor. Give the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs a chance this year. I think you'll enjoy it. Mike Messier Art on Instagram, MikeMessier.com, Mike Messier Art on TikTok, Mike Messier TikTok.com, whatever the fuck. See ya. Have a nice week.